The 92 elements. A rainbow does not exist outside the observer. It is not an object floating in the sky. It is a phenomenon that occurs when three things align at the exact angle: sunlight, water droplets in the air, and your eye. If you move, the rainbow moves. If another person is standing next to you, they see their own rainbow different from yours. And what few people know, a rainbow is not an arc. It is a complete circle. We only see half of it because the Earth blocks the other half. What we see as 7 separate colors is, in reality, a single white light that refracts as it passes through water. Sunlight contains all frequencies superimposed, and when it passes through the droplet, each frequency separates, revealing the full spectrum, the complete spectrum of reality. The white light of the sun is not white. It is the sum of all colors existing at the same time: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. But those 7 colors we see are only a fraction of what exists. Beyond red is infrared, beyond violet is ultraviolet, and beyond those, frequencies that do not even have names, because our eyes were not designed to perceive them. Complete reality is an infinite spectrum of frequencies, and we, with our 5 senses, perceive only a small window of that spectrum. Now let's bring this to matter. The 92 elements. The rainbow of matter. Everything that exists in the physical universe is made of 92 natural elements. From hydrogen, the simplest, to uranium, the most complex that nature produces in a stable form. Each element is a specific frequency of matter, a particular way in which energy is organized, a unique pattern of how protons, neutrons, and electrons combine to create something different. Hydrogen has 1 proton, helium has 2, carbon has 6, gold has 79, uranium has 92. Each time you add a proton to the nucleus, everything changes. It is not just heavier, it is a completely different identity, another frequency, another color in the rainbow of matter. And just as white light contains all colors, the universe contains all elements, all coexisting, all necessary, all part of the complete spectrum of what can exist. The periodic table, the map of matter. In 1869, a Russian chemist named Dmitry Mendeleev organized all the known elements into a table. He did not arrange them randomly. He ordered them according to their atomic weight and their chemical properties. And he discovered something extraordinary. When he organized them this way, patterns appeared. Elements with similar properties fell into vertical columns, as if matter itself had an internal structure, a hidden logic. Mendeleev's periodic table is the official map of modern chemistry. It is taught in all schools, it is used in all laboratories, and it works. It predicts behaviors, it explains reactions, it organizes knowledge. But there is another table, Walter Russell's table, the spectrum of consciousness. In 1926, an American artist, architect, and philosopher named Walter Russell proposed a completely different periodic table. Russell was not a chemist. He did not work in a laboratory, but he had something that Mendeleev did not, a vision of how matter emerges from light. Russell organized the elements in spirals, in octaves, like musical notes, like frequencies of light, as if matter were not something solid that stacks up, but something that vibrates, that resonates, that unfolds from a center. In Russell's table, the elements are not ordered only by weight. They are ordered by how energy compresses and expands, how light becomes matter, how consciousness becomes form. Official science did not accept Russell's table. They said it was speculative, that it lacked experimental foundation, that it mixed philosophy with chemistry. And they were right about one thing. Russell was seeing something that chemistry cannot measure with instruments. He was seeing the pattern behind the pattern, the geometry of consciousness that organizes matter. 2 ways of seeing the same reality. Mendeleev saw the periodic table from the outside, as objects, as weights, as chemical behaviors. Russell saw the periodic table from the inside, as frequencies, as octaves, as the unfolding of light. Both are correct. Both are necessary. Mendeleev tells you what hydrogen is as a substance, an atom with 1 proton, 1 electron, the most abundant element in the universe, the fuel of stars. Russell tells you what hydrogen is as an archetype, the origin, the seed, the first step, pure potential before manifestation. To do chemistry, you need Mendeleev. To do alchemy, you need Russell. And alchemy is not magic. It is the science of how consciousness organizes itself into matter. The 92 elements as keys of memory. Over the coming years, between 2026 and 2029, we are going to travel through the 92 natural elements of the periodic table, one by one, as a path, as an initiation, as a deep calibration of consciousness. Each element will be a cycle of 13 days, 12 days to go through the 12 steps of the YOSOY applied to that specific element, and a 13th day of integration. 92 elements times 13 days equals 1,196 days, just over 3 years. Why do this? Because each element is not just a chemical substance, it is a key of memory, an archetype of matter, a pattern of organization of reality. When you consciously work with hydrogen, you are not only learning chemistry, you are activating in your internal field the frequency of origin, of the seed, of pure potential. When you work with carbon, you are activating structure, network, the basis of all organic life. When you work with gold, you are activating condensed light, the memory of the sun, incorruptibility. Each element is a doorway. And when you travel through all 92, you have traveled the complete spectrum of matter. You have seen the entire rainbow. You have integrated all frequencies. DNA as a rainbow. In one of the previous posts, I spoke of DNA as Noah's Ark, each chromosome carrying pairs of information, like animals entering the ark 2 by 2. Chromosome comes from Greek, chroma, color, and soma, body. Body of colors. Your DNA is not a colorless ladder. It is a spectrum of frequencies. Each gene is a note. Each sequence is a melody. Each chromosome is a color in the rainbow of your identity. And that internal rainbow is made of chemical elements: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur. The elements that make up your body are the same ones that make up the stars. You are stardust organized into consciousness. And when you travel through the 92 elements over these 3 years, what you are doing is recalibrating your internal rainbow. You are remembering all the frequencies that exist within you. You are reordering the complete spectrum of your being. Why we begin with hydrogen. On January 11th, 2026, we begin with the first element, hydrogen. Day 11 of 1111 as the base structure of hydrogen is the principle of everything. 75% of the universe is hydrogen. Stars are born from clouds of hydrogen. The nuclear fusion that fuels the sun converts hydrogen into helium, releasing the light that sustains life on Earth. Hydrogen is the origin, the seed, pure potential, the first step on the path. And from there, we will move forward element by element, frequency by frequency, color by color, until we complete the spectrum, until we see the entire rainbow, the path that begins. What I have just shared is not theory. It is not abstract philosophy. It is the map of the path we are going to walk together over the next 3 years. Every 13 days, a new element, a new frequency, a new key of memory. And at the end of those 92 cycles, we will have traveled the complete spectrum of matter. We will have calibrated our internal field with all the frequencies that exist in the universe. We will have seen the complete circle of the rainbow, not only the arc that the Earth allows us to see, but the entire circle. And at that moment, something changes, because you are no longer seeing reality from a single color. You are no longer trapped in a single frequency. You are seeing the complete spectrum. And when you see the complete spectrum, you can begin to create from white light, stepping out of refraction. Welcome to the rainbow of matter.